Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, on today's conversation, entertainer, actor, entrepreneur, rapper Ludacris drops out of the MAGA-linked festival founded by Kid Rock. After it was receiving a lot of controversy because Kid Rock is this pro MAGA supporter, loves him some Trump, and really in general, I think even before Kid Rock was involved in all the political stuff, he was always quite controversial. So when you look at the lineup, and it had two rappers, it was Nelly and Ludacris. Now, Nelly performed during the inauguration for Trump, received some backlash, but in all honesty, well, you know what? I'll save my response for that a little later on the show. But let's just say Ludacris heard, and things went ludicrous. Okay, it went too heavy for him. So he said, "Oh, you know what? I don't want that smoke. Let me drop out. Keep it moving. Hey, go see the next, Fast and Furious 25th film that they put out or something. I don't know." In addition to that, former longtime Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has found a new home. This time in the Big Apple. It was announced that he will be, or he it was announced that he will become the next head coach for the New York Giants. Wow, is this risky or is this a great opportunity for him? We'll talk about it. We will talk about it later on the program. Also, another reality star announces that they want to pursue politics and would like to run for local office. Excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat. Put your thinking caps on which famous reality star that is. Okay, all I would say is it is a she, and she is an alum from one of the MTV's hit TV shows, Teen Mom. I'll leave it at that. Those are the only hints I'm gonna put out on that. What else do we have here? Also, Virginia has a new sheriff in town. Well, not really sheriff, but a new leader of the state. Abigail Spanberger was recently sworn in as the first woman elected governor in the state of Virginia. 75th governor she was elected as, and it was just an historic event, an historic inauguration, because you had Abigail Spanberger making history as the first woman elected as governor for the state of the Commonwealth state of Virginia. You also had the first Muslim American elected as lieutenant governor, as well as the first Muslim American to win a statewide election. That was former state senator Gonzala Hashmi, who we've had on this program a couple of times. She's a friend of the show. Congrats to her for making history. And then you go down to the Attorney General's position. Jay Jones became the first African-American Attorney General elected in the state of Virginia. So again, big day. We'll talk a little more about that later on as well. And we have so much other stories we want to share with you all later on in the program. Before we move forward, as always, my friends, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chime in to yet another great convo. For those who happen to be watching us right now on our YouTube channel, we thank you. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. We want to continue to stretch our narrative out to the masses that we need more great conversation. Just that's all. Just great conversation. We live in a world, a digital savvy world where we are glued to our phones. And look, I'm guilty. Okay, I am guilty because I love my phone to death. I'm on my phone all the time. But you know what? I also make the time to have conversation with people, whether it's my friends, my family, or even making a new friend, maybe with a stranger. It's good to talk with folks. And here on the Arrington Gavin Show, it is just one big conversation. We discuss everything from politics, entertainment, sports, curious discussions, just around, the dinner table. Like, hey, is there, is there risk of seeing as like boneless chicken or is it a nugget? Because I've been in places where it's like, hey, do you want boneless chicken or do you want bone-in chicken? I'm like, well, should you really call it boneless chicken? I'm pretty sure you should call it nuggets because it's a nugget. Or if it looks a bit abnormal, is that considered a strip? Like, come on, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. In addition to watching us on YouTube, my friends, you can also check us out on Goatverse TV. That's right. Shout out to Goatverse TV, our Goatverse TV audience. You can check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. All you have to do is download the app on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. And then you can also listen to the Arrington Gavin Show on the go wherever you get your podcasts. We're available on all major podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple, and iHeartRadio, just to name a few. We drop new episodes Monday through Fridays, okay, on our platforms at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates in New Orleans, okay, WBOK 1230 a.m. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. Then we're going to fast forward to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can chime into the conversation weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. And y'all, we're going to be making an announcement hopefully very soon. We are a growing grassroots program and we're hoping to continue to spread the good message across the masses. Okay, church. No, I'm joking, but seriously, we are working very hard to continue to grow our audience. And being that we receive great reviews from you all, we are just again truly blessed to hit some new goals, hopefully some new goals here in 2026. Alrighty, my friends, hope you all are having a wonderful evening. By the way, I had a busy day. Ran some errands, did some yard work. First of all, I am not a yard kind of guy. I think yards are very important in households. Hey, they help the house look beautiful when you have a good landscape, a nice yard. Grass is cut, this and that and the other. But I hate yard work. When I was a kid, hated yard work. I was with my dad, either pulling some weeds or helping him in the yard, and really eventually even I was fortunate to be in a house, live in a household where my folks could afford to have lawn care service come from time to time to cut their grass and all that good stuff. So as a kid, he's like, they still have those moments like, no, don't do that, I'm leaving that for my son, he's gonna do that. And I used to hate it. Even like during the summertime, I used to have a summer job. My mom will have me go to some of her properties and do yard work there. I mean, I despise it. I hate weeds. I hate all that stuff. Anyways, I have been slacking on my yard work and I let leaves pile up. I let the leaves get in big piles, and eventually I'm like, okay, I got to do that. So I eventually start raking those, and it was, yeah, I'm sore after all the pickling up, shoveling, all this stuff. It was a lot. It was a lot. But my wife helped me out. Thank you to my baby. and we had a good little outdoors day. Also, while I was out there, well, I don't know where that accent came from. When I was outside raking leaves, saw some a couple walking their dog, and really I don't even know if they were walking their dog. They were just all walking together because see the dog was not on a leash. They had their leash in their hand. Dog was running, was walking freely, following them. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm always jealous of seeing folks that have those well trained, well behaved dogs that just follow them, especially when they're walking out in public areas and they have them they don't have a leash on them. But I'll be honest, that is a major pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand when folks just have their dogs walking freely next to them. I'm not saying they just say, "Hey, look, go out, be astray and then come back home." Not talking about that. I'm just talking about, on the sidewalk instead of having their leash or a way of holding them down just in case God forbid anything happens. They just say, oh no, just walk freely. And I get it. Owners are always going to brag and be like, oh, they're well behaved, they are well behaved. I'm like, yeah, right, okay. Well behaved is not good enough for me. Anything can happen, right? Little, dog, anything can attract that dog off their senses, and they can run, whether they're playing or anything like that. But I cannot stand it. I can't stand it. And I'm pretty sure I thought it was a law where you have to have your dog on a leash if you're walking this in public areas. That was just me. I thought that was a law. Could be wrong. But I just can't stand like people get so offended. It's like just walk your dogs. Walk your dogs. Walk your dogs. People try so hard to, have their pets as equals. And look, I have a dog that I love dearly, but at the end of the day, I know my dog is a dog. My dog has feelings, obviously, and all this. But when I'm walking out publicly, he on a leash, and he's not an intimidating dog. By the way, this couple, their dog was like a big. It looked like a boxer mix, maybe, or Rottweiler. It was a big dog. Okay, not no leash or nothing, and they were just walking this hey, how you doing? Like, no, put a leash on your dog because, like I said, anything could happen. And then when worse does happen, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. All you gotta do is put a leash on your dog. All you gotta do is put a leash on your dog. Yeah, I get so annoyed with that, y'all. That's a pet peeve of mine. You're gonna hear me talk about that a lot too, because I know they always say, "Hey, look, you definitely don't want to go after the animal rights, community, this and that and the other." Look, I don't care. I do not care. All right. When I see something that I do not like, I'm gonna share it, especially on my own show. The piss, of course. I'm like, I'm not gonna hold it back. I'm gonna share my opinion. You don't have to like it. I could care less. Don't listen to us anymore. But you're gonna hear my side, and I really really can't stand it. So, anyways, that was my little pet peeve there, y'all. What we're gonna do here? We're gonna take a commercial break, y'all. Look, you're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, that's that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish, whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, We specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, family, welcome back to the show. I'm gonna start off by talking about something that I've hit this topic a lot on this show, and even though I always say time and time again, y'all, promise you I'm not ageist. Is that how you call it? Ageist? Those that are always kind of like against, folks that are old and rude. And I love old people. I do. I'm a sucker for old people. I'm always there to lend a helping hand. When they need something, and I get it. They always they fight you off like, I got this. I don't need your help. This and then the other. Look, I'm not saying that you can do it. I'm just saying you've lived such a a long life where when folks ask to help, don't reject it. Anyways, I bring this up because NBC News recently shared a piece here. Excuse me, as I clear my throat, I told you, I've been on and off with this cold. It's killing me, not literally, but it's just it's irking my nerves, man. They came out with this piece here sharing that over, let's see, okay, 24 members of Congress are 80 or older. Okay, 24 members of Congress are 80 or older. More than half, okay, are running for reelection. Are you flipping kidding me? All right, so on the graphic where it shows here, it shows at least 6 members. One of them that I do know by face is a Congresswoman out of California, Maxine Waters, who is 87 years old. 87 years old. Now, Maxine is a very well popular politician. A lot of folks coined her the nickname, Auntie Maxine, right? She was the one that came with the slogan, reclaiming my time. Look, she don't play. And you have folks that, mine is still very sharp, still very passionate, this and the other. But you can be passionate and powerful and don't have to hold that position. Like, I'm blanking on the name, but recently there was the longest serving person who Democrat in Congress who announced that he was retiring from office. And let me see, what was the gentleman's name here? It's not pulling up for me. But at that age, it's like, thank you for your service, right? Thank you for the work that you've put in. But at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of those that overstay their stay. I repeat, I'm not a fan of folks that, in my opinion, overstay their stay. And I get it. You have politicians, y'all, that can sleep throughout the whole entire campaign season and still win by a landslide. There are politicians like that, okay, that only can say one or two words during a speech, and people be like, I want them. Those are just the ones that just like, oh, they're never gonna ever, lose a race. When a community likes who they, a person, they're gonna keep on, hey, election. This, and that's fine. But they do have the choice to run for reelection, or just say, hey, look, I want to, let some new blood, or a new face, take this realm, something, and I'll help find that person, help find that replacement. Okay, so former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, 85 years old, is heading for the exit after nearly 4 decades in Congress. So is her longtime deputy representative, Steny Hoyer. That was the gentleman's name, Steny Hoyer, who's 86 years old, and former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, 83 years old. But of the 24 members of the silent generation now serving in its 119th Congress, more than a half of have decided to run again in 2026. More than half, okay? The exact number is 13. It says here, in total, the Congress is the third oldest in U.S. history, and an average age of 58.9 years. So just say 60. Oh, it's 58.9 crap. Just say 60. At the start of the session 1 year ago. Now, the median age is 39.1 years of age. Now, among Congress, 24 silent generation members, defined as those born from 1928 to 1945, from the start of the Great Depression to the end of World War II. The average age is 83.8 years old. Most are Democrats. Okay, so you got Senator Chuck Grassley, who was the oldest, 92 years old. Democrats. Why y'all continue to, here's what especially currently Democrats are the most loudest party who is complaining about the issues happening in Washington, right? Why is it that you complain a lot about the current state of the Democratic Party, but yet you keep on voting these folks in? This man is 92 years old. Chuck Grassley is 92 years old. Now, hey, members of Congress, U.S. Congress and U.S. Senate, they do focus on, their community, right? But at the end of the day, they're helping vote laws that will benefit the majority, okay? So what I'm going with is, if you want to see the big changes happen, bring in the right folks. Like, we, the people, have the power to vote people in and vote people out, okay? If we see something that we're not satisfied with, why do you repeat? So it's interesting, because especially the Democratic Party, I hear y'all talk mostly about there is, about term limits, right? I hear y'all talk about term limits, but yet y'all have the most the most oldest elected officials are Democrats. 7 members of the cohort are 85 or older. Ain't that bottom? Whew, Lord have mercy. Okay, so let me see here. 13 of Congress are 24. I'm looking at the number that are seeking re-election. It's insane, man. The uncertain ones are, they're having an age 82, 84, 86, and 92, uncertain if they want to run for re-election. I feel as though it's a disservice for the American people, because we cannot continue to see folks die in office or become ill in office, fall, and trip on a shoelace and then all of a sudden they need a hip replacement. Okay. Mitch McConnell, I don't know what's going on with him. Nancy Pelosi was almost toting that line to run for re-election. Then she was smart enough to say, okay, I've done enough. Yes, you did. You did, Nancy. When I see folks take their time, first of all, you know how many people be falling asleep during these sessions? Okay. I know it makes me fall asleep, so I know somebody that's 92 years old. I know they knocked out. All these long State of the Union speeches, man. Come on now, come on. I mean, look, Democratic Party had the oldest sitting president. Okay, oldest sitting president. I believe now, would the Republicans be taking that reign, because I know Trump is 79 years old. And you know what else is interesting? This older generation is the ones that's really not, in my opinion, supporting newer views. Because see, like in a larger scale, on the federal level, the moderate party of the Democratic Party is not well liked publicly. Democratic voters lean more towards the progressive because they're like, okay, they're saying something, they're talking back, they're acting tough, acting like they have a backbone. Moderates are like, my goal is to be bipartisan. Let's just I'm a conservative Democrat. I want to be cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because again, I'm very moderate. I'm in the middle. Okay, I'm an independent. I believe I it's not even that. I just believe, I know you cannot run a country on one-sided views and thinking everybody's going to be, everybody's going to benefit from them. It's not going to happen. Okay. If you run it with only Democratic views, only Democrats will, see the results and enjoy them. Most Republicans won't. If Republicans want to, have all Republican views, they're going to enjoy it, not Democrats. So you have to have some bipartisanship that can benefit the majority. I look at this, in my opinion, as an abuse of power role as well. And again, this is no disrespect for those that have been serving in office for a long time, but it brings questions. It's like, why do you still, like, I understand the passion, but they know by now there are other ways that they can continue to advocate, to fight this and then the other. I says, why do you still pursue it? Why? Says here in the House, Maxine Waters of California, as I mentioned, the top Democrat on the powerful Financial Service Committee, who has served since 1991, will be 88 on Election Day. Democrat Elaine Holmes Norton, the longtime delegate from Washington, D.C., who faces a tough primary challenge, will be 89. Okay. David Scott, Democrat out of Georgia, the former chairman of the Agriculture Committee, who is also in a competitive primary, will be 81. Doris Matusi of California, the top Democrat on a key energy and commerce subcommittee, will be 82. One thing I'm noticing too, there are challengers now. There are challengers that are saying, we thank them for their service, but it's time they got to get. They got to get. All right. Okay. Now across the aisle, you have the Rules Committee Chairwoman, Virginia Foxx, Republican out of North Carolina, who served the House since 2005, will be 83 years old on Election Day. Representative Hal Rogers out of Kentucky, the dean of the House and the former Appropriations Committee chairman, who continues to play a key role on that panel, will be 88 years old. Representative John Carter out of Texas, out of Texas, another top appropriator, will be 84. Representative Jim Byrd out of Indiana, who was hospitalized after a car accident last week, will be 81 years old. Again, y'all, more of what I'm trying to say is out with the old, in with the new. 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 Hey, out with the old, in with the new. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. But out with the old, in with the new. Okay, let me move it on to here. I was talking earlier about Ludacris. Ludacris had been receiving some backlash recently because there was an announcement that he would be uh, a part of a part of a music festival lineup called Rock the Country Music Festival Tour. Okay. And he wasn't the only one. It was him along with I think Nelly was on that list as well. Looking for mine. Oh, I might have not. Oh, yes, here we go. And so when I first saw that, I was like, okay, what's the deal here? What's going on here? Because we all know it's a touchy, it's difficult for the public to see a hip hop star affiliate themselves with anything MAGA, right? That's already like a big, I can't believe this is occurring right now. Uh, I want to say it really opened up more because when you had guys like Waka Flocka, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne really was the biggest one, but for me, it wasn't. When they were seeing pictures with Donald Trump, all that good stuff. Why did it not bother me? Because, well, for one, at the end of the day, they have the right who the hell they want to vote for. Two, yeah, these guys did time. Okay, they served time in jail. Okay, and they probably were trying to be buddy, be like, hey, look, can you pardon me, kind of lower the sentence because I'm on like this. Come on now. And on top of that, look, they're you have to remember back in the day, hip hop used to idolize Trump, man. He was rich. He had the young hot wife. He had all the money, gold everywhere. His name was on everything. He was like he was that first gangster. Most of hip hop wanted, they had him in their lyrics. They wanted to live a life like Donald Trump. Okay. And then you had artists that spoke out, like YG. He had one of my favorite songs. Y'all can check it out. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's a bop. That's all I can say. It's a bop. But then fast forward to that, you had guys like Snoop Dogg, who's well loved by by millions. Okay, and Nelly, they were seen at the inauguration, performing at the inauguration. Because I remember the first term when Trump won, Trump ain't really had anybody from the hip hop community perform besides Chrisette Michele, R&B star Chrisette Michele. Her and it was a gospel artist. I'm blanking on his name. Travis Green, maybe. I could be at that. I'm don't quote me on that name, but I know Chrisette Michele received backlash for performing at the inaugural ball, one of the inaugural balls. Now, personally, I can understand the frustration of folks. Why it's like, wow, you know what this man is about. Why would you do that? Shout out to the community. You know how he's, shared his thoughts and this and that on the Black community. And honestly, y'all, to play a little devil's advocate, Chrisette Michele had been in the industry for quite some years, but you have to look at, as an artist or just as an entertainer or anybody, right? You have a goal list, things you want to do in your career. Whether that's, hey, I want to perform, I want to sell out Madison Square Garden, or I want to win these amount of awards, and I want to meet the Queen of England, and just whatever. There are folks that's like, hey, look, when I get the call to perform for the president of the United States, regardless of who's in it, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity that I can add on my resume. Now, did that help her in the long run? No, because she did go kind of dark after that, went quiet and then, came back. Very, very beautiful voice, talented artist. I wasn't, man, but I knew that she was going to receive some heat. I do know. Now fast forward to the second term. As I mentioned, you had Snoop Dogg, you had Nelly. Snoop Dogg explained his reasons for performing. He said, "Hey, look, this party was the crypto whatever party, and one of my dearest and best friends is one of the guys that put it together. So I'm doing this in support of him." You had guys like Nelly that wanted to, he he was trying so hard to just avoid, all he had to say was like, "Look, I did it for the bag." I said, okay, whatever. What you do for money. That's your business. So I ain't mad at you for getting the bag. That man was saying he was trying to make it a debate off like who's the better president in his eyes. And I'm just like, Nelly, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. That's a battle you are not going to win. Trust me. There's a battle you're not going to win. And understand, it was you were choosing between the lesser of two evils. All right, you had the demonic against the demented. Okay, it was the lesser of two evils, but Nelly was just, saying, I mean, like, I ain't gonna hold nothing back. Yeah, I did. I'll do it again. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that's why, nobody really cares about Nelly like that. I'm sorry, but they really don't. But anyways, let me go ahead and read you the lineup. Here we go. So the lineup of the Rock the Country tour. It was 8 massive shows, 8 small towns, a festival for the people. It was very patriotic, right? It has the flags and the whole 9 yards. And you had celebrating 250 years of freedom. You got Kid Rock, obviously, at the helm. Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton, Jelly Roll, Creed. Okay. You had Brooks and Dunn, Riley Green, Miranda Lambert, Hank Williams Jr., Leonard Skinner, and another, let's see, Ludacris, and then Nelly. All right. Now, most of these artists here, this whole thing is really like it's a country fest. Kid Rock, I don't know what genre he is. He's in a genre of his own. I didn't realize how bad Kid Rock really was. When I first heard about Kid Rock, I just knew, I'm like, oh, he's famous. I didn't know he was like a performer. I just thought he was like a person who, was he rapping at first? Was he rock? Was he this? Was he that? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Nelly received some heat. I mean, not Nelly, Ludacris, because again, Ludacris comes across as like the guy that's more humble. Again, ATL's own Atlanta is an extremely liberal city. Extremely liberal. And I don't know what his views are. And look, in the world of music has no boundaries, right? Everybody loves everybody. Everybody supports everybody. Every genre supports every genre. So in his case, he's like, look, Kid Rock has always been, very kind to me. He's a member of this community, this artistry that, I love. I'm doing, I'm getting paid doing that, performing for the crowd of people. Hey, look, I'm an American. I'm a proud American, like we all are. So why not, right? That's how, that's how I see it. But again, how does the majority, especially in this current day and age, because Trump's first year here has been rated as like ultimate fail to pollings has shared. Like his folks are looking at his first year as trash. Okay, let me read you this reported by People Magazine as Ludacris drops off the 2026 Rock the Country Music Festival tour lineup following backlash from fans. Okay, so says here that Ludacris has been removed from the lineup on the festival's website with no announcement. Rock the Country confirmed the change to Rolling Stone, while a rep for Moneymaker rapper told the publication his initial inclusion was a mix-up. Okay. lines got crossed, and he wasn't supposed to be on there. His rep told the outlet. Now, People Magazine reached out to reps for Rock the Country and Ludacris for comment. Following the initial Rock the Country lineup announcement, many fans took to Instagram, Ludacris Instagram comments, and expressed disappointment in then scheduled appearance alongside various artists who've publicly aligned themselves with conservative political views. Now, you see how Ludacris had really received most of the backlash and not Nelly, because I said Nelly already kind of showed who he is. Now, that's not saying he's conservative. Nelly's just doing what Nelly want to do. Nelly could care less. Nelly care about Nelly, and that's about it. He cares about getting that money. One person wrote, WTF, better cancel that concert if you want to keep your fans. Don't be on the wrong side of history. No paycheck is worth it. That I totally agree. Well, no, I'm joking. I do got a price now. No, I'm messing with y'all. But they're right. I mean, for somebody who is extremely successful like Ludacris, and look, Ludacris got Fast and Furious money. He got music money. He got hosting gigs money. He does not need that. Okay, they could not offer him anything that he would want to contemplate on, losing his fan base over. You know what I mean? Like, no, come on, Luda. Come on, you a smart man. Another Instagram user wrote, at this point, these rappers use their people to become known only to sell us out, not even disappointed anymore. I just know everybody has a certain number that they will be anything for. It's unfortunate, but y'all, that's everybody. Seriously, that's everybody. You have public figures, in the world of entertainment, whether they're comedians, actors, musicians. Trust and believe, folks in the entertainment world that showed their support for Kamala Harris, guess what? They were paid. Okay, folks that spoke at the DNC, they were paid. There was some form of there was some form of some form of payment, whether that was do we take care of your stay, your travel, there was some form of like supply and demand kind of thing. All right. And so to just say it's only rappers, I mean, don't just think it's just them. Trust me, everybody doing it. Everybody is doing it. Now another individual said, I'm so disappointed in you, Luda. You were my favorite, and I thought I wouldn't have to worry about you getting wrapped up in this type of nonsense. Again, he receives some heat, but hey, he almost lost his fans now. He canceled it, and I think people appreciate that more rather than him. But was it a mix up? Like really a mix up? Really, was it a mix up? I don't think it was a mix up. I think Luda said, "Oh hell, I'm about to look. I need these gigs. I need these checks. I need Hollywood to love me, because best believe Fast and Furious can easily replace me." Okay, and they can look for another, black male rapper that acts. Okay, there's plenty. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty though, it really had a lot of folks disappointed, because again, and I'm a fan of all music, right? I don't really have favorite rappers. Like I said, I love all music. But when it comes to Ludacris too, I look at Ludacris as one of those artists that is just well respected. Like if I was a celeb, and I said, okay, if I had to pick 5 friends, Luda would be one of those 5 friends, because he's a very he comes across as that very humble, came from humble beginnings. He I mean, just beautiful family. he has this swag that's like, okay, he's a solid cat. You know what I mean? He's not trying to he's not trying to build a career on trying to be the hardest rapper. Like, I gotta put this persona that I'm tough. Nobody want to F with me. Like, no. He's a person that he like I said, dope artist. So I'm happy he came to his senses and realized that was gonna be a major F up for him if he was gonna continue on that, because that was not going to be good for him. All right, let me see here. Are we looking at time? Looking good with time. Perfect. So, as I mentioned too in the beginning of the show, and I've mentioned in some previous episodes too, there's been a number of folks in the entertainment world that is announcing that, hey, look, they want to take a nab at politics, right? They want to enter the politics. They don't like what's going on out in their local communities, and they want to pursue politics. I've mentioned, well, we spoke before about Spencer Pratt, right? The former star of the hit reality TV show The Hill, or The Hills, who announced that he would be running for mayor of Los Angeles. Okay. He was gonna, his goal is to unseat Karen Bass, who I believe is gonna be running for reelection. Michael Rappaport said he wants to run for New York City mayor in 2029 because for one, he's not a fan of Zohran Mamdani at all. And now we got a newcomer here that wants to enter in the field of politics. I made a few hints in the beginning of the show. I mentioned that she is a reality star, former reality star. She is also she is known for her she was a star on the show Teen Mom, which is a MTV very popular show on MTV that documented the lives of mothers that I believe were 16 and under that were pregnant, that were becoming mothers. Well, there was from those shows they followed their lives, and then they've grown to be great careers, successful careers, reality stars, all this other stuff. And so one of those stars, Farrah Abraham, Farrah Abraham, who she became, I would say, one of the most talked about ones, because in addition to her career as a reality star, she then entered into the adult film industry. I personally don't know what she is doing now, or since then, but she is she kind of has been building a career in that field. So let me go ahead and play the soundbite here. She had the opportunity to talk a little bit with the guys from TMZ about this, about her plans on running for office. So let me go ahead and play this soundbite right here, and we'll talk with the others on the other end.
Questions about why she's declared right now, but joining us now is the candidate herself. Talk about her platform. Farrah Abraham, welcome back to TMZ Live. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good. Thank you, guys. I'm super excited to be a candidate for Mayor of Boston. I'm running super early, so I can't wait to see who's going to run with me and challenge me.
So sometimes people say the less you know, the more you like. You are now giving them many years to make a decision,
We should say,
because the election's not until 2028. Why so early?
Oh, for some reason, the mayor election is 2026. I don't know. That's just what the office told me as well.
Well, we should get some clarity here.
Are you okay? So am I running for district? So district will be, which is federal. I'm running local right now. So local is a little bit different than federal. I did say my hope after running for local is for a local district, which is in 2028. So I do have hopes for running for district, but for right now, I'm going to stay in a nonpartisan category, which is mayor.
Okay, I want to make sure we can get some clarity here.
I'm just going to be running for mayor, which is 2026. You also have Spencer Pratt, who's going to be running for mayor for Los Angeles.
That election actually is this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
yeah. So I don't believe mayors are on a different.
Yeah, no, it's different in every city.
So I just know what my city has told me.
Please call the city hall in Austin, Texas, and find out when the election for mayor is in Austin. Maybe call the mayor's office. So Farrah, we just got this in our ear. The election's in 2028. So there was a 2-year term with a vacancy in 2022. But now it's aligned with the presidential election. So it is 2028. So I think you may have jumped the gun here.
I love that I jumped the gun. I love if I jumped the gun. But yeah, so I think, I don't know, there's also a lot going on locally. So if someone also misinterpreted that and told me different, that's okay too.
There's some questions about why she's declared right now, but joining us now is the candidate herself to talk about her platform, Farrah.
So, y'all, what y'all just heard there is so the guys from TMZ, who what was it, Harvey and I don't know the other gentleman, but they're I just say the guys from TMZ. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So Farrah Abraham was under the impression that the election was this year. Ma'am, and all I'm saying is if you're trying to win some votes, at least be aware of which election you're running for and when you're running for. She's over here saying, yep, I'm getting ready, I'm ready to do this. She's like, yeah, yours not until 2028. It's quite early. Which to defend her in politics, it's always great to start early. It really is. It's always great to start early. The earlier the better. Why? Because in elections, guess what? You need capital. Oh, this stuff ain't free. Okay, to run, right? You gotta build up your support. Those who are gonna support you, your donors. Okay, even for local races. Yeah, it's sad. Local races are just as much money as state races. Okay. You build up a team, you're doing this, you're doing that. Look, the earlier the better. And so I do think it was a bit it didn't help her at all, just because she was unaware of how, what years and all that stuff is. So they're like, okay, I don't think she'll be. And you know what? The more I see folks, and I guess it's just reality stars. Whenever I see reality stars get involved in politics, it's just a way, like a new career path, just to kind of get back in the public eye. Because look, you were kind of like you were a one-hit wonder. You're known for the reality show. That reality show's been off air for years. No one pays attention to it anymore. You want attention. You want to receive all the praise and success and all this other stuff. And look, it's a great gig now. You got one reality star that pursued politics, and he become president. First time entering the politics, and now he's a president, serving his second term. Okay. And everybody's looking at politics as a new way to, I'm gonna an easy way to get more money, more power, more this, more that. They're making it into a comical joke now. And it's unfortunate because you're using a platform to play with folks' lives. Okay. And look, I maybe sound a little harsh because I don't know her at all. I'm just giving my opinion on it. She posted on her social media, family planning for all, brighter futures start here. Modern Workers Act, your home, your dreams. Veteran Bridge Program, support when you need. Safety and policy first. Every zip code matters. Abraham Survivor First Pilot, your voice, your truth. And senior housing, ATX cares. Austin, Texas cares. Okay, ATX cares. Safe, dignified living. a lot of talking points. Like, I mean, that doesn't share anything. I mean, I get it. Those are going to be avenues that she wants to tackle, which, let's just be honest, in elections, we hear it a lot. We hear, I'm going to be fighting for safety in the communities, education, and affordability. That's your top three. Because affordability, just put that in the category of the economy, right? Affordability, housing affordability, grocery affordability, um, yeah, safeties. I mean, it's just, and again, I'm not trying to sound like, oh, don't believe folks that are pursuing to run for office, like, oh, they're just blowing hot smoke. No, but it's stuff that we hear time and time again. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all because that's what the public, why folks are frustrated of things that are happening in our current climate right now. Okay. So yeah, so we'll keep you posted on we'll be following that story. Again, she has 2 years in 2028. So let's see if she's still gonna be in the race, or she's gonna be like, I was just joking, y'all. I'm not gonna really pursue that. But I'm looking at my time. I would share, well, real quick here, y'all. What's his name? Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, it was announced that he would be running. Lord have mercy. He's not running for office. I promise you that. He is going to be the next football coach for the New York Giants. That's right. The New York Giants will be bringing on a Super Bowl winning head coach. John Harbaugh, 19. John Harbaugh, 18 years. Yeah, about 18 years with the Baltimore Ravens. Won a Super Bowl with them, I believe, either 2012 or 2015. And I'll probably continue to talk about this on the next show because I'm really running low on my time. But it was announced that he will be the next football coach for the New York Giants. Signed a 5-year deal, $100 million. Hey, it comes with the job. He had a winning, a larger winning record than losing record. He had a Super Bowl, went to the playoffs in multiple years during his tenure in Baltimore. He has some weapons in New York, but I'm gonna talk a little more about this signing. Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Y'all gonna have to hold tight on that, and we're gonna share it on the next show. But I just wanted to keep y'all posted on that news. As of right now, Mike Tomlin is still technically a free agent. Okay, he's not the coach at all anymore at in Pittsburgh. But everybody's asking, okay, what's going to be next for Mike Tomlin? Is he going to go into commentating? Is it just going to retire from coaching, or is he going to chillax a year, eventually get traded to a team, and then become their coach? Does he still want to pursue staying coaching? It's so many questions, y'all, that comes up. I'll tell you my quick take before we close. If I put in 19 years of work, won a ring, got my ring, made about 20 million, a little over 20 million a year in those 19 seasons, I'm good. I will go into commentating. Let me get another check. Let me share my opinions and at the table, have some fun doing it. Keep it moving, right? That's what Bill Cowher's doing. That's what so many coaches are doing. That's just my 2 cents, y'all. My friends, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune into the program weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms, as well as on the radio airwaves. I will talk to y'all soon for another great convo. Y'all take care, stay safe, and stay informed. Peace.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.